You know, we've come a long way. We've come a long way. If you've watched this channel for any amount of time, you know that I've been heavily watching and also invested in Spire Global. And you know what? I think we've come a long way, right? Coming from the depths of hell. Oh, let's see, right here, and here, and here. I think we've come. I didn't do anything. All I did was just talk about the stock. But like, I think the company has been executing on all cylinders, right? And it's finally time to actually that like this. I think that this is warranted, right? This run is warranted. Now, we just 2 weeks ago we were at $13, right? What is this? January 14. We were at 12 something, I think. Yeah, at January 13th. It was literally 10 days ago. 10 days ago. Okay, so like if you want to sell, right? If you made profits, you made your tendies, and you don't know too much about the company, or maybe you just have to pay taxes. You have to pay your bills. You want to put a down payment on something, right? I'm not gonna hate on you for taking profits, right? Like, take profits. In my opinion, I just think that it's worth more than this. I did a mini valuation based off of the minute amount of information that we actually have that's public. I'll post that here somewhere. If not, just look at like 2 videos ago when I talked about Spire Global and talk about their wildfires, or I forgot what I talked about, but like I think it was the $241 million deal video where I talked about that. But hey, $20. I did not think we'd see a 20 handle that quickly, right? So I don't like celebrating, because if I do celebrate, then honestly, like, life is mean enough to me where like the moment I celebrate, poop hits the fan. So I'm just gonna celebrate, like, yay, okay, that's enough celebrating. I don't want to jinx myself. But the main thing I wanted to talk about in this video is something I just recently kind of like, there's these puzzle pieces, right? Because Spire Global doesn't give that much information regarding their clients, regarding their books, right? Even when they did have their books open, we didn't even know the contract sizes and things like that. But I just came across this idea that kind of blew my mind, and I think I pieced together some pieces and it has to do with Nvidia, and it has to do with self-driving cars. So, as we all know, if you're invested in Spire Global, you know that Spire Global announced a partnership or a collaboration with Nvidia for Nvidia to use their weather prediction pattern, or with their weather prediction software, right? This was back in March of last year, so almost a year ago, 10 months ago, they announced this, and that's when it hit like $19 or something like that. But this is just to see weather prediction, right? AI-driven weather prediction. So it's self-explanatory. I don't have to explain it. But recently, Nvidia also announced this partnership with Aurora, which is what Too Long Didn't Read. Aurora, they deal with their main focus is self-driving semi trucks, right? Like big trucks that go like continental routes, right? They're not just going from like 50-mile routes, right? They're going like hundreds of miles in distance. And Aurora, they have special technology that helps them really deal with that stuff. They have proprietary IP that I don't want to go too much into it. I know about this just in passing, but they have proprietary IP that lets them kind of differentiate between them and Waymo, them and Tesla. Is just a little bit different, right? And it lets them deal with big trucks going really fast, right? So they predominantly go more on freeway and just deal with really big trucks, right? That's their bread and butter, basically, and what they're developing. Now, the thing that really pieced the puzzles together is this video from Spire Global. So listen to what he says, right? This is their Spire Global channel, and he talks about what their weather prediction and their weather software does. So let's have a listen.
Forecast conditions all coming up here. But notice I've got some roads plotted up, and that's what I wanted to show you, was the ability to quickly check on your assets. Say you've got trucks, a fleet of cars, or you're moving goods that are on trucks and you want to know what the likely timing is, if there's going to be any delays. You very quickly plot your beginning and end route, and then you can monitor that specific route for your fleet. So Fresno to Denver, for example, that's a whole different system out west, of course, but wind gusts, flood alerts, freezing temperatures, accumulated snowfall, all can be a part of your tool belt to...
I don't know if you got that right, but he emphasizes fleets. He emphasizes basically, if you think about it, if you have a distributed network of multiple cars in multiple different locations and you want to find the optimized route, right? Spire Global is there to help you predict that optimized route with the addition of weather forecasting, which is exactly what Nvidia is working with them, right? Nvidia is working with Spire Global for this weather prediction. And then just recently, they're working with Aurora for deploying driverless trucks. And the software does exactly like it's the thing that mushes the two companies together. So I think, is it possible that Nvidia is like, how close are they to actually, for Nvidia to actually develop their own self-driving car, right? They have all the infrastructure. They have Spire Global's weather prediction. They have the routes and the driverless technology from Aurora. And I forgot what this was for, but let's just listen to it.
Very cool ways to visualize and easily assess with if you've got fleets, assets.
Oh, it's the same thing, I think. No, it isn't.
We have energy companies, large energy companies that are also wanting to know, where do we stage our crews? We also have energy traders that want to know where might power outages occur. All kinds of businesses are using this data to sort out what's currently happening and what's about to happen, so you can get an idea of how to best prep for the day and you're not surprised. One thing...
Okay, so I think that was just more like talking about the use cases of Spire Global and the weather data. But it's also like, if you subscribe to their channel, he talks about, they have multiple videos on, for example, the wildfires.
We are the
They have multiple things on the wildfire and also the upcoming cold front that's coming. Then he talks about like how it's going to impact maybe Ireland, how it might impact like if you're an energy trader. He talks about all these things and all these use cases. And he's just going through the weather of which is, I didn't know how important the weather would be. Like just talking about, oh, my company is pretty good at predicting weather. Like who knew it had so many use cases, right? But like this just makes me more and more bullish. And I don't know, like again, I'm just really like stoked on the fact that we hit $20 and in the aftermarket 20, I think it said 2023. Oh no, wait, no. Yeah, there it is. What? That's not it. 2047. That is crazy. But yeah, I'm stoked. Finally, I guess people are finally seeing the value in Spire Global. And the other thing is, I don't want to say it's a high likelihood, but does anyone think it's possible that Spire Global might be getting short squoze? Because I feel like in 2022, around 2022ish, a lot of people were just seeing SPACs as being like the trash of the trash, like shorted to bankruptcy, shorted out of the stock market. And is it possible that people shorted it too much and we're banking on SPACs to go belly up, but then they don't realize that out of all the SPACs there are some that are actually viable, that are actually like good, competent businesses. You look at Rocket Lab, that's rocketing rocketing right now. Spire Global is rocketing. SoFi is rocketing. Like all these previous SPACs. I mean, you could just say maybe it's just the market in general, but I don't really think that's necessarily the case. And like, this run up, it's been almost consistent for the past past 10 days, exactly like past 10 days, where it's just almost been going up almost every day. Yeah, look at this, right? Past 5 days, it's been going up every day. Past month, ever since this dip in on July 10th or January 10th, it's just been going up. So is it possible that maybe we're doing a short mini squeeze? I don't know. But regardless, hey, if you made profits, if you bought at 13 when I made that previous video, when you bought at 8 when I made those other videos, 8, 10, 12, 13, good job. Or I guess we didn't really do anything, we just kind of bought the stock, but I I'm happy for you. You made profit. If you have to sell, go ahead, right? Like, it's never be ashamed to make profits, right? Don't be like, oh, we're part of this group and we have to see this out to the end, right? You have your own personal needs and your own personal situation, your own personal circumstances. So never feel bad for taking profit, right? Me on the other hand, I still think that lowest, given the numbers so far that we have, without them releasing the numbers that they said they were going to release by February 2017, 21st. I think I want to say 17, but it might be 21. But sometime late February or mid-February, given the numbers before that, from just the previous conference call that they had to answer investor questions, I feel that they're worth at least 24, 25, 26-ish. But that's just my opinion. I don't know. We don't actually have like actual like solid numbers yet, so I could be just pulling numbers out of my butt. But hey, I'm just rambling at this point. I'm just really happy. I'm just go Spire. Have a good day.